Well, it is that time of the
It
month
is.
again. It sounds
Quickly.
funny to say that. It comes by quickly. It is this month at Bethel Lutheran Church. And I'm
Yes.
Jennifer Johnson.
And I'm Leanne Burrow.
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
JenniferToTheRescue.com. And we want to say thank you to Noblesville.
Trophies. Yeah, it's right there. Noblesville Trophies.
I know I started to say that. And then, yes, Noblesville Trophies and Noblesville Signs and Logan Street. Oh, take it away, Leanne. I think
no.
this is your... Leanne Burrow.
And she knows this stuff like the back of her hand.
It's cold. My brain's frozen again.
It's that snow we got this morning.
I think so.
Yeah.
It is. But you know what? We are very thankful to Logan Street Signs and Banners
Yep.
and Logan's
Noblesville
Trophies.
Yeah.
Darn. Gee. Okay. Next time it'll be all yours. Okay, but Leanne.
Yes.
It is Bethel Lutheran Church.
Yes.
I have no clue.
At 206 and Cumberland Road. The
Yeah.
actual address is 20650. And then the webpage is www.bethellutheranchurch.com, which is on the screen.
You know what? And I'm going to be honest with you. This sounds like a detour, but I'm really shocked that BethelLutheranChurch.com we could even get that.
I know.
Honestly, because there's a lot of Bethel churches.
There
out
is
there.
a ton of them because Bethel means house of God.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't know
because
that.
Beth means
I didn't know
house
that.
in Hebrew. I think it's Hebrew. Don't quote me on that. But Bethel means house of God.
Bethel's now going to get all kinds of
I know.
emails saying, "What are you letting these women go on
Yeah,
your show and talk?"
But I do know that Bethel means house of God, and there's tons of them. There's a couple in Noblesville.
I know.
But I think it's the Bethel Lutheran Church. It's adding it all together that was able to get us the webpage.
I've never.
And
Yeah.
How long? I mean, they jumped on the bandwagon as soon as technology took off. So that helps.
Well, and
too.
that could be. Maybe they secured that
Yeah.
domain before. Well, that's just funny. I was just thinking, my gosh, there's a lot of
Yeah.
Bethel.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's Bethel Lutheran.
When it's what's really funny is when we have traveled before, and I have been, a lot of times if you're in Boston, you're going to get the stuff that's in your area 1st when you Google something. And and Bethel Lutheran Church in Noblesville has been maybe third down.
Interesting.
So I think that we must have secured that pretty early. Because
Okay.
when you're traveling, you can find us pretty easily also, which is nice.
So that's kind of exciting,
Yeah.
but we're actually, really, the stuff we talk about in here, typically, you can get online, but we're talking about the things that are actually happening in the building.
Yes.
So it's nice if
Yeah.
you're local, you can come in and
Yes.
catch it.
Yes.
Certainly hope that they will look us up online and
Yes.
learn what's going on. If they're ever in the area, if you're from out of town, come and join us. But
Yes.
we were just
This
talking,
is a busy month.
this is March already.
Yes, it's March already, and Easter is April 1st this year. So it's crazy. It's crazy how quickly 18 is going
I
already.
know. And
we're going to be in shorts soon.
oh my goodness. That sounds fun. But let's
Yeah.
talk about
Okay.
March now, because
Okay.
I truly don't want to think about shorts.
Well, I want to remind everyone that we have Wednesday midweek services we're in Lent now, leading up to April 1st, which is Easter. Tonight we're doing the Lord's Prayer. And we're doing that through the whole Lenten service. So it's Sunday a section and Wednesday another section. And this tonight we're on Thy Kingdom Come. And we have guest speakers that are congregation members, so they're great to come. It's a different perspective. It's not a pastor. It's something, and they have something to add to Thy Kingdom Come. And but come at 6 because it's barbecue night. So that's really good. So we'll have
Food, yeah.
barbecue and macaroni and cheese and desserts, and it's always good food. And you don't have to pay. You don't have to register. You don't have to be a member. Come at 6 and stay for the 7 o'clock service. It's a quick service. It never even goes an hour. It's usually last week I think it was 7:40. We were done. Meal was over. Service was over. Jason Pearson had shared it with us, and it's not like you have to come to every single one, even though we're basing the whole Lenten service on the Lord's Prayer. It's a great opportunity to come. And then Sunday will be another one, which is Thy Will Be Done. So, but if you miss one, it's okay. And everyone's welcome. And like I said, the not having to cook and having a warm meal is a good reason to come. And then stay for the 7 o'clock service.
Yeah.
So I wanted to lead up to, we've got Lenten services,
Right.
like I said, every Sunday and then every Wednesday evening. But we're quickly approaching Palm Sunday, which is March 25th. I know. And we'll talk about Forgive Us Our Debts, and we have services Saturday evenings, always at 5:30. It's very casual. It's been referred to as Cowboy Church because people come very casual and comfortable. And then we have our Sunday services at 8:45 and 11:11. I think that's for remembrance purposes. And then at 10 o'clock every Sunday morning we have our discipleship hour, which is Sunday school for all ages. But I wanted to share with the Palm Sunday, March 25th, a lot of people don't do this, but we have a Maundy Thursday service, which is the 29th, the day before Good Friday, and we strip the altar. Everyone's welcome. We use that service for our First Communion. For our kids that are 4th grade and up that have never taken First Communion classes, which started last Sunday, March 4th, anybody is welcome to come to those classes. They are on Sunday at 10 o'clock. I'm sorry, at 11 o'clock. And they're for 4th graders on up that want to understand what it means to take communion.
Okay.
And so for the wrap up of that, on March 29th, Maundy, Thursday, they have First Communion at that service. And that is also the service where we strip the altar and get ready for Good Friday, which we have 2 services on Good Friday, a 12:15 and a 7.
Okay, one question though. Monday, Thursday really is the Last Supper.
Correct.
You may have said that, but I was just...
I don't think I did.
But that's what Monday,
Yeah.
if somebody's
That's what we're
listening or watching
celebrating.
and they
Yeah.
don't quite know, because that is a perfect time for First Communion.
It is.
Of the new, the new
Well, and you know,
class.
when my older boys were taking confirmation or First Communion, we didn't have a Maundy, Thursday service, except for the kids taking First Communion.
Oh, okay.
And we started off with the Last Supper, and they served things that Jesus served or had prepared. And it was very interesting. It was a lady that had become a Messianic Jew that was at Bethel, and she did the whole supper for the kids.
With my kids,
I
maybe
think
they did that
your
still,
age
yeah.
would have been, yeah.
Yeah.
And so it's moved into a whole service. We don't do the supper, but yeah, Monday. That's what Monday,
Okay,
Thursday.
well, I
is.
didn't mean to skip, but then
No,
we've got
that's-
Good
yeah.
Friday, which is the big
Yeah.
Good Friday. Everybody knows what good. It's really a bad Friday,
I know.
but it's called Good Friday. So they have what 2 services?
Well, at 12:15, it's going to be nice and comfortable outside because it's on the Peace Trail, which we've talked about before. We had a gentleman that became an Eagle Scout and put in the Peace Trail at Bethel. It's a 1.5-mile trail, and they're going to do the Stations of the Cross.
Okay.
So that'll be really interactive.
Yes.
It'll be something awesome to bring even your little kids, preschool age, younger kids. Bring them. I mean, it's a gravel trail, so stroller may not work very well, but
Right.
you know, so that's kind of an awesome. You know, I think it's weather permitting. You know, if it's pouring down rain, it'll be in the sanctuary. And then we have the 7 p.m. service, Good Friday, and then Holy Saturday starts March 31st at 10 a.m. We have an Easter egg hunt. And the
that's sweet.
whole community is invited. Again, I can't stress it enough. You don't have to be a member of Bethel.
Yeah, and I guess my thought was have they've done it a few years?
Yes, it has been going on for several years.
And it's a really fun
Yeah.
thing to be. That's a great way to kick off Saturday before Easter. Okay,
Yeah.
so they do that at noon.
No, 10
Sorry,
a.m.
10.
And they'll have a couple of snacks and a couple of games to play. But the big thing, of course, is the Easter egg hunt. And at 10 o'clock, they usually release 3 and under and give them a minute. And then they'll release 6 and under and give them a minute. And then they'll release the whole crowd. So it's something that is fun for the whole family. You don't have to be a member. It's all ages. And everybody walks away with a treat.
Cool.
So yeah,
That's
and that
great.
kind of kicks off Saturday, Holy Saturday they call it at Bethel, and we have the 5:30 normal service, and then the only difference on Sunday is we do a 7 a.m. Well,
It's a sunrise
Yeah.
service, right?
and that again is out on the Peace Trail at the shelter, weather permitting, and I say weather permitting, unless it's a storm. they're out there. Because I've even seen you go to those services
that's
with
what
gloves
we do.
and coats.
Yes, we love the sunrise service. There's something really cool about standing out there and the sun is coming up, if it's coming up. If it's not, it's still cool if it's gloomy or whatever. But unless it's pouring, being outside for that service is really cool.
And, I have made the breakfast before that the high schoolers have put on, but I don't know that I've ever enjoyed the sunrise service. But I have seen you come in many times with coat and gloves on after the service to get warm.
Maybe we'll be blessed this year.
Right.
With
It'll
a nice
be nice
warm,
and 65 and sunny, and
why
that's
not?
what we'll say.
So cool. So that's at 7-ish. Is that what it says?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And then we have what are the other services then?
The other services are following the same.
The regular schedule.
Well, we're going to do an 8 and 9:30.
Okay.
So that's the old schedule.
Right. Interesting.
And then again the 11. So,
because it's a very well attended day usually.
it is
just like
day.
Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
Right?
And 8 to 11, they're serving breakfast again. So you can go to the sunrise service and be done, and at 8 o'clock be the first one in line for breakfast, or go to the 8 o'clock and eat breakfast, or go to the 9:30, or come in for the 9:30. They're going to stop serving at 11.
Okay.
So you can eat any time before the 11 o'clock service.
And usually that breakfast goes to the kids?
Youth programs,
The youth program?
They use it to do camps in the summer, scholarships and stuff like that. So
And I don't know, is it just a donation?
yeah, free will. They
Okay.
don't charge tickets or anything.
Okay.
It's a free will.
That's what I
And I can't tell you off the top of my head that they make a substantial amount.
Yeah.
And it's enough to help with the summer scholarships. So that works.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then from kids, you will segue into our preschool has opened for open registration. Last month it was for ones that are attending now. Now it's open to the public for anyone and everyone.
For the fall.
Yeah,
already.
for the fall. Yeah.
Gee.
Which all the stuff that I'm giving you is on the webpage
Right.
with contact information.
So
I know Miss Laura Hauser is our preschool director, and she has an email and a phone number and a contact, and there might even be registration forms because that is something but it is open now to the public.
So it's time to register for the fall
For your
already.
preschoolers.
Hard
And
to
they even
believe.
have a 5-year program now for kids that you're not ready to send to kindergarten. And it's a really great program. I think it's called SMASH, and they do science and math, and they kind of push the kids a little bit, get them ready for kindergarten, but it's called a
Cool.
5-year program. So it's kind of fun.
Yeah, very
Yeah.
cool to hear that stuff. Okay, what's next?
The other thing I wanted to share with everyone is the stuff that's coming up after Easter for classes. We do the 10 o'clock discipleship class, and there are some of our discipleship classes at 10 that are going to go till May, like The Story by Pastor Joe Freeman. You can step in at any time to that class at 10 o'clock, and it's going to go till May. But something that's really cool is starting right after Easter, we're going to be studying the shack, and we're going to do Get Through What You're Going Through, and they will take us till May.
Are those books?
Yes, they're books that they're studying, and then we've got Raising Kingdom Kids, Giving Your Child a Living Faith, which is a 6 weeks class again, so it'll go till end of April, or April till the end of May. But that's something we all kind of need nowadays, is how to raise our kids in this world so that they understand Thy kingdom is coming. That's tonight's lesson.
Yeah. So you got.
Did you get that?
Yes, you're doing a good job. Yeah, you're good.
So, we've got a lot of stuff going on with open registrations for all classes. We're looking for a new coordinator for our food and baby pantry.
Oh.
And you get trained. So if that's something that is calling on your heart, that ministry, that you feel like you want to serve Hamilton County in that way, you can be trained, and it would be a great ministry. And we might be a little different than most churches. We don't require membership to be a part of ministries at Bethel. We feel like if you're called to do something and Bethel offers that, come and join that ministry, and we hope that it will lead to you becoming a member, because there's a lot of benefits. You get a lot of information by being a member that you have to dig for if you're not.
Yeah.
And but that's kind of unique, I think, to Bethel, that we don't require your firstborn.
I do think the majority, and we've talked about this before, but a lot of people have unique stories that have led them to become members. And I think when somebody gets, I mean, whether you come to our Lenten service, midweek, whatever it is, or you just come to anything, you get that little bit of Bethel, and it kind of is contagious, and you want to come back.
Well, and when Bart and I joined, we started going to Sunday school only. We did not feel comfortable enough yet with we had 2 boys at that time, and they were young, very young, and we just were kind of checking things out. And we thought about it, and we thought, how better, you can go to church and sit, and you may share the peace and shake hands, but you don't get to communicate, you don't get to know people. And we thought, that's kind of what the church is about, is people. And so we started going to Sunday school to see if we knew Pastor Doug, and we knew that he was a great pastor and a great family man, and we really liked his take on things, but we wanted to get to know the people. So we went to an hour of Sunday school and then left. We do coffee fellowship with people, and after about 6 months, we thought, you know what, this is where we want to come.
Good.
So kind of a unique way to find. Yeah. So if you're interested, if the food and baby pantry is something that calls to you, come. We're open on Wednesdays and Saturdays, and join on that ministry and see if it's something, and you may even want to lead it, and who knows where to lead you.
Right. So well, that's kind of cool.
Some of the other things we've got that have started just this month, Creative Spirits Ministry. It's crocheting and knitting, and that's kind of not a lot of people do that, but the ones that do, there's a great place to come and knit or crochet with other people. And they started the first Monday of every month, and so last Monday was the first meeting, but April 2nd is the second.
Okay.
And so we wanted to let everyone know about that. And then softball, and it has to be co-ed. We have to have 5 women.
Oh, well, then you better come out.
And again, you don't have to be a member of Bethel. If it's something, if you've been looking, if you're new to the area, or you played softball when you were young and it's something that you'd like to get back into. I can't say that we had a massive winning record. I think you're going to shoot me now for this. I think they won 2 last year.
But they always have fun, right?
They had a blast.
Yeah.
And it was all ages. And they play about 10 games. They're Friday nights, and then they go into the playoffs. So it's a fun Friday evening. You get to meet people hour or so, and you're done. And so they're doing sign-ups for that. But they have to have 5 women to start. And the lady that handles our publishing of Bethel Footprints, Gay Hansen, who I think's been here before, is on the team. And I know last year she headed it up, but there's lots of opportunities on the webpage.
Yeah, cool. Yeah. Very cool. So what else we got?
There is April 21st coming up, and that's more information to follow, but it's the ladies' retreat. And I've been involved in that before, and it's fun. Good. I mainly just wanted to touch base with a couple of groups that we've got, Bethel's Moms groups, and it's of all ages. The lady that has started it has got young kids, so it's great for moms to go and communicate and talk. And she does it Thursdays at 9:15 and 7. So you can do 9:15 in the morning, or you can do 7 p.m. in the evening, whatever works into your schedule. And I think that's something that moms need.
Yeah,
definitely. Is to have that fellowship together. And so it's on the webpage again. And then we've got Wednesday mornings, Women on Wednesday. It's a women's Bible study, and I would mention the men's sausage and scripture on Saturday. Open to anyone. You don't have to be a member. Come check out our webpage. We're supposedly getting some new stuff in April that'll even make that stuff easier to get to, and we're hoping. So, yeah, and that's kind of in a nutshell.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I know what it was. First Saturday, 6 p.m., in Education Building, Ladies Craft Night. Bring your craft, bring your idea, and it is the first Saturday of every month. So they just started that. So April's coming up, and
so there's all kinds of small group stuff. And I know that, I mean, it's not like Bethel figured that out. I mean,
oh no,
that's what works. Every church, lots of different organizations have these little, I mean, churches probably are the majority.
Well, and your 800 plus members that, or thousands of members that worship, they connect through small groups, and it goes from a small church to big church. That's the way you communicate and find something that you like, that kind of calls to you. And
I know every once in a while there'll be somebody who say, well, there's not this group, I think I'll start it. So they start it, and that's...
And that's what's cool about the pastors. They're like, if you have a calling to start something, go for it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. They give you all the tools you need to get rolling on it. So
very exciting.
Yeah.
So we've got a very busy March, and it'll be April 1st. Now, I'm just going to say it because it's kind of funny that April 1st is April Fool's Day and it's Easter.
Well, and that happened, it was in the 1940s, because Ash Wednesday was Valentine's Day.
Right, it was.
So Ash Wednesday was Valentine's Day, and Easter falls on April Fool's Day, and I think it happened in the 40s.
Yeah, I was thinking the 30s or something,
yeah,
but it's
been a long time.
Have we had any conversation? There's not going to be any big April Fool's joke that he's going to,
Pastor
Dick's going to play on.
I don't know. You never know with that. They really are serving breakfast.
Oh, that's good, because there's a lot of people that like that breakfast, I tell you.
So that wouldn't be a good April's Fool. You'd come hangry. You'd go into church hangry.
Kidding. That would not be a good way to make a good first impression.
So, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see.
I guess that would be what we'll say call to action. Make sure you come to church on Easter to see if there's any good April Fool's joke.
There you go. There you go. Yeah.
I mean, and it may just be that, ha, 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 we enticed you with a good joke, and you get there and you have fun, and you love Bethel, and we never can get rid of you. That's okay.
That's a good thing.
Not a bad thing. JenniferToTheRescue.com, you saw that on there. But we're going to, do you have something that you like to close with?
Well, you know what? We are studying the Lord's Prayer.
Yes, you are.
And so, Thy Kingdom Come is tonight. And that is something that, it's in there. It's Thy Kingdom, that's part of, when they asked Jesus, how do I pray? He didn't say, shout from the rooftops, or, you have to lift your hands, or he said the Lord's Prayer. And so I would encourage everyone to look up the Lord's Prayer. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to say Thy Kingdom Come, which is about in the middle of it. So if you want to know the rest of the Lord's Prayer, open your Bible, Google it. You don't even have to open your Bible nowadays. You can just Google the Lord's Prayer, and it's short and sweet and to the point, and has everything in it you need. So that's my parting, is Thy Kingdom Come, and I want everybody to look up the Lord's Prayer. I'm not going to tell them where it's at or all of it. Just look it up.
Yay, that's a great way to end our show today. And it's this month at Bethel Lutheran Church. And thank you, Leanne.
Thank
Burrow.
you.
You're wonderful. And thank you once again to Logan Street Signs and Banners and Noblesville. I almost got it out. Noblesville Trophies.
Hey.
We thank you very much. And you know what? It's going to be April before you know it. But don't miss. We'd love to see you through Easter at Bethel. And we hope you have a great day and stay warm, and we'll see you in a month.
Awesome.
Or hopefully before.
Yeah.
Good thing.